kill you! Right, I have got so much to say. I don't even know where to begin. The first thing I want to mention is I'm feeling a little bit off because originally I planned to record a certain game today and things just did not go as planned. Now when I explain what it is that happened, I do think you will find it funny, but because I've got so much to talk about, I'm going to have to save it till later. I really hope I don't end up ranting because, yeah, I've got so much to cover. The point is, this is the first video with the red intro. And for a long time now I've been going on about change. Now whereas with the intro and whatnot, this is a more obvious change, but there are other changes that have already happened that I'm willing to bet a lot of you haven't noticed, because I have discussed with individuals in the comment section and they haven't noticed, and I've had to explain to them. So I thought, sod it, I'll explain it in greater detail in this video. So for starters, regarding the intro, saying how it is, I think it was maybe works out to be roughly about 7 or 8 months that I changed the intro, and I won't lie, I'm quite proud of this one, because this one does kind of act as like a landmark of sorts, and it's just got great timing because of the type of uploads that I'm going to be doing from here onwards. So obviously with the way I've done things, and if you've seen the older videos, I'm editing and making better content, as it were, whether it's intros, whatever, to the best of my ability at the time of making it. So with it being like switching to the red intro, and what was it, we had the Project Spark one, then we had the black one, then the green, blue, purple, and now reds. It's safe to say, if you're curious, will I be changing it again? Yes, I will be changing it again, and it will eventually be turning into orange. Might as well share that with you, because at this moment in time, that's the only thing I know about that intro. I don't know what the animation is going to be. I don't know when it's going to be. I can assume it's going to be about 7 months, but I'm ranting. So focusing on the fact that because my editing skills got better, I thought it was about time that I redid the redid the banner. And because the banner I used prior to the last one people preferred, I thought, sod it, let's go back to a more simpler design. Not to mention the idea I did actually have just didn't work out, but that's another topic. Regarding the logo, saying how it is, what I've done now is what I originally wanted to do, but I just didn't have the skill. What I've been using as the logo for the longest time was what I designed to the best of my ability when I first started YouTube. But now, it's about time that I update it. So of course, those are the more obvious changes. Now, there are several other changes that have happened, or should I say will happen, that I do want to make a little bit more obvious, because I do know I have discussed it with individuals in the comment section. I acknowledged, God knows how long it was, saying in my own words that I've noticed the content that requires more time to make, whether it's recording, editing, or both, you preferred that kind of content, but I didn't have the time, especially back then, because back then I was uploading every single day. And while I'm on that topic, it's why I was quicker to frustration during those videos, because if a recording session took an additional hour, that meant 1 less hour for editing. So it's a good thing that I did eventually start only uploading Monday through to Friday, because with the weekends, if there's content that requires more time, whether to record or edit, I have that time. And this does kind of tie into why the last 2 Message from Each of You videos have been fairly short, because basically before I go into that topic, since part 11 of 7 Days to Die came out, I have been releasing more content that does require more time. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is a good example. God knows how much time went into the recording of that, but because of the weekends, I've been able to record a lot longer than I usually would. Like prior to when I used to upload every single day, I could literally sit there the entire day doing the recording. and then the following day I could then prep it for editing, meaning I would have the footage ready to make and upload, meaning it could get released sooner. So it dawned on me, if I record in bulk, like multiple recordings, and then just have the footage ready for editing, I could get more of it released. So that's why since 7 Days to Die Part 11, you've been getting more content that does require more time. On the topic of Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm not lying to you when I say I don't like it. I don't like that game, but I am grateful for the feedback that I've gained. Well, that I've got from that playthrough, because to say how it is, yous have informed me many timestamps pointing out that he was on camera that I missed while playing, and even while editing, and even while reviewing the game. So I'm grateful for that, but it's not just that. You even have an individual on TikTok who pointed out that what happened on episode 5, with him being on camera but also in the office, apparently that was a hallucination. Now, I'm not making excuses here, I'm just expressing that I have gained a lot of, I keep saying gained, I have been given a lot of feedback as to where I'm going wrong. That is fair enough, but because I don't like that game, I've got no motivation to revisit it. But I know that yous would like to see me beat it. Same with the second game. Now, whereas with the second game, there's a bug. If that bug wasn't there, I reckon I could beat it. But regarding the third game, I just don't like it. And the reason why I'm explaining this in great detail is because I have full intentions on making and releasing Five Nights at Freddy's 4 far sooner than I was originally planning. So when you have the way I do these uploads, you've got Home Sweet Home being the main focus, you've got Sea of Thieves, and of course there's another title that will be released. I don't know if part 1 has been uploaded yet, so I don't want to spoil it, but then we are basically alternating between that title and Sea of Thieves until there is 5 episodes of both and a compilation, and then those 2 titles that alternate in between the main focus, they will eventually get changed. So one of those 2 titles will be Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And I know I'm rambling, but saying how it is, it's going to work out to be roughly about a month. There will be a message from me to you video in between now and then, and I will talk about it in more detail when the time comes. But I just want you to know, I am aware it was a 6-month wait, give or take, between the second game and the third game, and the fact that I am choosing to walk away from the third game without properly beating it because I don't like it, I want to let you know that yes, I am going to be making and releasing Five Nights at Freddy's 4 content way sooner than plans. Like I said, it's going to be roughly about a month, and I will be addressing it near the time. But as well as that, as I stated, with wanting to record in bulk, there will be another title which I will talk about it later on. But you know, when it comes to Sea of Thieves, this was something that I recorded and had it set to one side ready for editing. You are going to be getting more and more content that does require more time to edit, because the way I'm doing things, like I said, the last 2 messages from each of you videos, I only had so much time to make them because I've been recording in bulk just to get the footage sat there ready to make into contents. Here's the thing, the reason why I've got to do this, especially with Sea of Thieves in particular, is Gang Beasts. Way back when I made that playthrough, I wasn't joking at the intro of that playthrough. I wasn't joking about waiting around for my mates. 3 hours I was waiting for them, and since at the time I was also editing content on the same day that I would record, that did kind of throw me off schedule. Now, I'm not complaining, because at the end of the day, they've got their lives, I've got mine, so it's less a case of when are we going to release content with us all playing, and more of a case of when are we all going to be free to record it. So I'm more than happy to, oh, we're free this day, right, okay, we will record on this day, have that footage set to one side, ready to edit. And basically with doing things like that, planning ahead, I'm able to get it made sooner and then obviously released sooner. So with this red intro being a bit of like a landmark almost, I say landmark, a marker, you are going to be getting more of this content that does require more time, and of course more content with my friends. But one final note to explain why I'm rambling, why I'm feeling off today. When it comes to getting this footage set to one side, and the main focus at the moment being Home Sweet Home, of course we still need to finish Home Sweet Home. I had this random idea. There is a certain game that I've been wanting to play the moment I found out it came out on Xbox. But I thought, no, I've got all this footage ready to edit. I've got Home Sweet Home I've got to finish. Let's get that done first. But I thought, sod it. I want to play this game. God knows when I'll get the footage released. Sod it, I'm just going to play it. Turns out things didn't play out that way. Here's the reality. I was hoping to get this game recorded and ready for editing to be a main focus after Home Sweet Home. But the way things are going to play out, sod it. After Home Sweet Home there's going to be another title. We'll get to the end of that, and then hopefully we will have this title. So whereas I may be telling you this now, whereas I was planning on getting this made and released after Home Sweet Home, you are unfortunately going to be waiting months for this title because... fuck it. I'll explain in a sec. Unmute. Just listen. Give it a sec. When you're ready. So, I don't want to spoil as to what that game is. But as I've stated, I was planning on getting that recorded, put to one side, knowing all too well I'm going to have to do a lot of cuts, all that stuff. I wanted to get the footage ready for editing and have it as a main focus after Home Sweet Home. But I tried recording that game today. I freed up my day to record that game. I'm not lying to you when I say I got halfway through recording episode 1. I'm just literally visualising it now. I got halfway through recording episode 1. I had to quit. I was fucking terrified. Outright fucking terrified. And I gave a bit of a speech saying that it was going to be bunged onto the beginning of part 1 whenever I get round to attempting it again. But I thought, no, after about 15 minutes of sitting there trying to calm down, I thought, no, I'm going to give this another go. And then I discovered something. I discovered that the individual in this game who's chasing after you, the pause screen does fuck all. I thought I was safe while I paused the game, and then the moment I found out they can still get you while the game is paused, that was it. I had to turn off the game. So the thing is, some of yous might be able to work out what game it is. Hell, those who are curious and have the patience, I have discussed it with a particular individual who probably knows what game I am on about. That I am wanting to play this game, and like I said, I tried playing it. I had the intent of recording it, having the footage set to one side so I would have more time to focus on other stuff and be like, okay, Home Sweet Home is done, let's get this content made as a main focus. Nope. Looks like that's not fucking happening. As I said, there is another title, to be fair, there is another title that will be coming after Home Sweet Home, and I know without a doubt that I am talking months ahead, but this is something that I want to get made and released within a couple of weeks, a month max. But because I'm so scared of that game, I don't know when it's coming out. I'm really hoping, I'm choosing right. Okay, after Home Sweet Home there's going to be another title. I'm hoping at the latest it's going to be them, because already that is going to be months from now. So I'm really hoping that's the latest, but I really don't know. I just want to explain to you that I basically freed up the day with the intent of making this really scary game for yous. And I just basically turned the game off out of fear. Right, fuck it. I've been ranting on for too long. I'm just going to wrap up this video. So here's the long and short of it. With this new red intro, see this as like a marker for like the channel, where now there is going to be far more content that I know yous will prefer. Or at least I hope yous will prefer, because more time is going into it. 7 Days to Die is a good example, because whereas they are still 15-minute videos, whereas I can't make videos longer than 15 minutes, one thing's for sure is those videos in particular, even Sea of Thieves, the videos may be 15 minutes long, but it's showing you probably the best bits from half an hour to 40 odd minutes. So you are actually seeing more the way I edit things like that. As obviously when it comes to the banner and whatnot, I don't know if I'm going to be changing them in the future. I might do, we will see. But I'm happy that the timing of the way things have worked out. But as for that horror game, all I will say is, if you're waiting several months for it, it is. I'm gonna try and revisit it. I'm gonna try and revisit it, but my god, is it fucking creepy. Some of you probably know what it is. I know one individual in particular has probably worked out what it is, because I've discussed it with them. I've discussed it with them in the comments section. The best way I can put it is I'm really putting in more time into the recording side so that the content is better for you. But I've ranted on long enough. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Like and subscribe.